Hi everyone, this is a review for Banana Finger Climbing Shop, and today I'm going to talk about two of the best shoes that I think you can find in the shops, both from La Sportiva, and these are the Solution and the Python. I'm going to talk about them together and compare them side by side because I think they're both excellent shoes, really good shoes, but they both have pros and cons, obviously. But I think that if you have both of them in your climbing bag, then I think you can basically be ready and face all sorts of situations that you can find in the rock, on the rock. Um, so, starting from the tip, um, they have quite a similar construction in the tip, but as you can see, they are both quite aggressive and downturned, so quite asymmetrical, and this is really sort of a performance, obviously, type of shoes. Uh, the solution still is stiffer and harder in the rubber, so whereas the Python is a bit clearly softer. So obviously that makes it for much more sensitivity in the Python. So you really can feel where you're stepping on, what you're actually using for your foothold. So that's really good. Obviously the downside is that when you're climbing on sort of a overhanging stuff or even on a roof, then you don't have that sort of push and sort of hooking effect that you want on little edges and little crimps and small footholds. In this case, obviously the solution are much better because they are stiffer, and you can see they are actually even more downturned, and in this way you can really use your feet in the best possible way when you're climbing on roofs or tiny little sharp edges in big overhangs. Um, then they both have a very nice and well shaped knuckle box, so I think that really fits. I mean, at least my foot is really comfortable in here, all my fingers. I have quite a narrow feet, but sort of average to narrow feet. Um, the solution have this love bump inside that keep your feet in a very nice shape, and all the construction is very solid and stiff, so it's really sort of puts your feet in a very good position. Whereas obviously the Python are slightly softer, as I said, so you don't have all this support for your feet when you're on big overhangs. Then the closing system is, for both of them, I think it's really good. It's really well thought. So for the solution, you have this sort of webbing that zigzags through the shoe, so to the top of your foot. So it goes kind of a zigzag thing and really wraps your foot in a very nice and comfortable way. This fabric here is quite soft and elastic, so also very comfortable. But all in all, you can feel that your foot is completely wrapped, really tight, nice and tight. So I think that's a very good feeling for the feet. For the Python, instead, you have this Velcro strap and some very basic elastic part here, elastic fabric. It's not as comfortable as the solution, but it really works well. And what is good about this type of closure is that it's really high on kind of almost where your heel starts, so it really keeps your foot in. I'm thinking, for example, comparing it to something like the Evolve Nexo, where you have something similar, but I don't know why instead of putting it really at the base of your ankle, they put it slightly down here. So in this case, basically, it doesn't really, even if you really pull hard, your foot is coming off sometimes, whereas here it's really where at the beginning of your shoes, at this part here, so there's no way your foot is coming out of your shoes. Then quite another point that is very different from the shoes is the heel. So the heel here is quite, in the solution, is quite, this part is quite stiff and hard. It's quite large, and then sometimes I feel that my heel is not really feeling everything in here, and it's very hard and solid, so it's not really soft. You cannot really feel much when you're heel hooking. So I think this is where the solution maybe are kind of letting me down a little bit when I'm doing very sort of hardcore heel hook. I don't tend to feel a lot with my heels, so I don't really trust my heel hooks. On the opposite side, the Python I think are one of the best shoes for heel hooking, because the rubber here is very thin and very soft, you can really feel everything on your heel. I've never had any problem with heel hooking. I've done many hard problems where the crucial part was heel hooking, and these shoes never let me down. So if I have something where the heel hook is crucial, then I always go for the Python. They both have this sort of rubber ring that goes around here in the back, also the solution, and this is really good. I mean, it's quite hard rubber, but it gives really great support for both of the shoes. So yeah, I mean, I think all in all they are both excellent shoes, really impressive. I've been climbing in them for years, and I'm still keep buying them over and over again. As I said in the introduction, none of them is perfect, so one of them has some problems, but the other one is better. But I think, as I said before, if you are walking on sort of very steep overhangs or like horizontal roofs or stuff like that, where you have tiny little edges, then I think these shoes are the best one, because it really helps you make the most of it. Instead, if you're using sort of slightly vertical to slightly overhang stuff, or you need to smear and you need some very good heel hook, then I would probably go for the Python. But I think if you have both of them in your climbing bag, then you can't really fail on the rock. Okay.